Hello everyone, welcome to my class. In this video, we will discuss another very simple arithmetic instruction which is subtract instruction, and we will also look into its variant which is subtract with borrow. So, the format of this instruction subtract is sub destination comma source. So, what this particular instruction does is it subtracts the source from the destination and it stores the result in destination. So, if you have written sub ax comma bx, then it will subtract the content of bx register from the content of AX register and store the result in AX register. This particular instruction is quite similar to that of your add instruction. Like in your add instruction we can write subtract from register to memory or memory to register, register to register. Immediate data can be subtracted from memory or from the register. But memory to memory subtract is also not possible. As similar to add instruction, we cannot subtract the content of two memory locations. In this case also, both source and destination cannot be a memory location. Yes? Now, we have another instruction which is a variant of subtract, which is subtract with borrow, SBB. The format is SBB destination comma source. What this particular instruction does, it is quite similar to that of the add with carry. Here it subtracts the source from destination along with the carry flag. Why we have considered carry flag in this case? Because if while subtraction, if I have taken a borrow out, then my carry flag will be high. Yes. So your carry flag represents that you have taken some borrow out for the previous subtraction and that need to be subtracted from your destination. So here we are subtracting source and the content of the carry flag, which actually represents a borrow from the destination, and the result will be stored in destination. Let us take one example to understand in little more detail about this instruction. So here I have taken one example. Move ax comma 9121h. So I am copying 9121 onto AX register and then SUB AX comma 8091H. So I want to subtract 8091 from AX register and the result will be stored in the AX register. So basically we can understand it in two different ways. So AX register we know that can be divided into two parts, AH and AL. AH register will contain 91 in it and AL register will contain 21 in it. So basically if I write it in binary, it will be 9 will be 1001 and 1 will be 0001, 210010 and 1 will be 0001. We are going to subtract 8091 from it. Yes, we are going to subtract 8091 from it. So I am going to write 8091. 8 will be 1000. 9 is 1001 and 1 is 0001. Yes. So when we subtract, I am showing you the subtracted output 0000. Here we have to subtract 1 from 0. So I need a borrow. We will take a borrow here. So 10 minus 1 will be 1. As I have taken a borrow, this digit will be replaced with 0, 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0, again 0 minus 1. So I have to take a borrow again here in this case. So 10 minus 1 will be again 1, 0 minus 0, 0, 0, 0. 1 minus 0 will be 1, 0, 0, 0. So my result will be 1, 0, 9, 0 in hexadecimal. So after the instruction sub AX, 8091, so here I have shown the result will be stored, which is 1090 in AX register. Now we can look in this subtraction in another way. All of us know about subtraction can be replaced with a addition using the complement number system. So what we are going to do here, I am going to add 9121H with the 2's complement of 8091. So the 2's complement of 8091 is 7F, 6F. So what I am going to do, I am going to add the 2's complement of the subtriad, which is 8091 with 9121. Yes. So I will perform addition in 2's complement form. F plus 1 will be 10 in hexadecimal. So 0 here with a carry 1. 6 plus 2 plus 1 will be 9. F plus 1 will be 10 in hexadecimal with a carry 1. 9 plus 1 plus 7 will be 11 in hexadecimal. As the addition is done in 2's complement form, we have used a 2's complement form. The end round carry will be discarded. Yes? So as we know the rules for 2's complement addition, we will discard the end round carry and the result stored will be 1090. So we can see that subtracting 8091 from 9121 is same as adding 7F 6F to 9121, where 7F 6F is the 2's complement representation of 8091. So we will see the status of different flag registers. As the result is not 0, the 0 flag will be 0. The carry flag, as we have not taken any borrow, at the end we have not taken, while subtracting 8 from 9, we have not taken any borrow. So carry flag value will be 0. Auxiliary carry and your parity bit in this case will not matter because we are doing it for 16-bit operation. Remember that auxiliary carry and parity flag only is considered when we are performing 8-bit operation. For 16-bit operation, they do not matter. Next is your sign flag. As the MSB bit, we can see the result of the MSB bit is low. The sign flag will be low. It's a positive number. And then next is your overflow flag. Now overflow flag also in this case is 0 because overflow has not taken place. So this is how basically we are going to represent the subtraction either directly or subtraction using 2's complement method. Let us take another example to understand this instruction. Let in this case what we have is move AH comma to 0. So I have stored 20 in the AH register and the next instruction we are writing is sub AH comma 22. So I'm subtracting 22H from 20H. So we'll see what subtraction output will come. 0010, 0000, 0010, 0010. So for this particular subtraction, we need in this case a borrow. So when I'm taking a borrow here,
1 0 minus 1 will be 1. 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0. Here also we have 1, 1 minus 0. Here we have 0. I need a borrow. Yes, in this case also, to subtract 1, I need a borrow, and it will be 1 0 minus 1. This will be 1, this will be 1. So, what result I am generating in this case is F. Yes. Now, if this is the result, how I am going to interpret it? In this case, you can see that the zero flag will be 0 because my result is not 0. Carry flag will be high as I have taken an end borrow in this case. I need a borrow in this case for this particular subtraction. And you can see the sign flag, the MSB bit is high. So making my sign flag as high, the result is negative. As it says my result is negative, I know the answer can be formed by taking the 2's complement of the number again, because you know whether I subtract 222 from 20 or I add the 2's complement of 22 to 20, the result will be FE. And as the MSB bit is high or the sign flag is high, it says that it indicates your result is negative. So to know the value, I will take the 2's complement of what result we have generated. So 2's complement of this number, if you know the shorthand method, copy till the first one and then flip the bits. Yes. So with a negative sign. So my result will be 0, 2 minus of 2, which is expected when I am subtracting 22 from 20. So this is how basically the subtraction operation or SUB operates. So let us take a example and write a complete program using this subtraction SUB or SBB instruction. So I have taken an example here. Write a program to subtract two multi-byte binary numbers stored in memory location and store the result in again back in the memory location. So the data or multi-byte numbers which we need to subtract is shown here. So we'll see how this data are first stored in the memory location. So these are the two array of data which we want to take for subtraction. So how they will be stored? As we know that the storing of data we are doing in little endian format. So the LSB byte, which is 76, will be stored in the first memory location. So in this case, my first memory location is 20,000. So at address 20,000, the data stored will be 76. At the next address, which is 20,001, the data stored is 76. Then 26298, 20,003, 56, and so on. Similarly, the next set of data will be stored at a address starting for 24,000. So at 24,000, the LSB byte, which is 22H, will be stored. At 24,001, the data stored will be 34H, and so on. So when we perform subtraction, this is the result which we are going to generate. You can see that in some places we need a borrow. So if I can show you here, 6 minus 2, we are generating 4, 7 minus 2, 5, no borrow required. 6 minus 4 is 2, 7 minus 3 is 4, 8 minus 0, 9 minus 1. 6 minus 9 when I am doing, I need a borrow. Yes, so we are taking a borrow here. So the result will be D, and 4 minus 8. Now 4 minus 8 also we cannot perform, so I will take a borrow from the previous higher significant digit, and the result will be as shown in the third column. And this result I want to store. So after execution of this instruction, the result should stored in address 24,000 should be 54. At 24,001 should be 4288 CD BC 01 DF and 56. Yes, as this is Little Endian format of story, the LSB byte will be stored in the first memory location followed by higher significant bytes. So we'll see now the program. So the first thing I'm going to do is initialization of the segment register. So as the memory addresses are at 20,000 and 24,000 source and destination, I have taken my DS value as 2000, which upon shifting by 4 bit gives me a physical address of 20,000. So these two instruction move AX comma 2000 and move ds comma ax I have taken for initializing the segment register. Then next what we are doing is we are initializing the pointers. So in this case the source index register is initialized to a value 0000 so that ds and si combination gives me a physical address of 20,000. DI is initialized to 4,000 so that DS plus DI gives me a physical address of 24,000. Next, I am going to initialize the counter as we have 8 byte of data to be subtracted. So I am taking a count of 8. I need to perform subtraction byte by byte 8 times. The next instruction used here is CLC. As we have seen in my previous video, you must have understood. There also, while performing addition, I have used this instruction. Clear carry will clear the content of carry flag, or it will initially make your carry flag value as 0. So whenever you are going for add with carry or subtract with borrow, first thing we need to do is make the carry flag 0 because it is going to use the content of carry flag for addition or subtraction. Now, I will go for subtracting my first LSB byte, which is in this example, if you remember, I need to subtract 22H from 76H. So that particular subtraction of LSB byte I will show through the steps. So what we are doing first, I am loading the num1 SI. So as you have seen in the previous slide, num1 SI. SI I have considered as 0000. So initially it will be pointing to this memory address 20,000 and it will get 76 from it. Yes. So move AL comma num1 SI as initially SI is 0000. It will point to a memory address 20,000 and it will load 76 onto AL register. Next, I am subtracting SBB. Subtract with borrow. Yes. So I am subtracting num2 DI. As DI is 4,000, my physical address generated will be 24,000. I know at the address 24,000 data is 22H. That will be subtracted from AL as well as the carry when I am writing SBB AL comma num2 DI. So I am subtracting this particular instruction, what it will do, 76 minus 22 all in hexadecimal minus carry flag. So initially the content of the carry flag is 0. So the carry flag value will be 0. Before this subtraction, I have not taken any borrow out from these digits. So my carry flag status is 0. This is what will be stored in AL register. Now after subtraction, the result which is 54H will be stored in AL register. Now I am done with the subtraction of first byte of data and I need to store this result back in the memory location 24,000. So what I am doing, I am moving the content of AL, the result, back into num2 DI. Till now my num2 DI is pointing to the address 24,000. Yes. So first byte of subtraction is complete now. So what I need to do next? I have to go to the next address, which is for your number 1. The address is 20,001 and fetch 76 from that address. And num2, the next address is 24,001 and fetch 34 from that and subtract. And I will continue subtraction similarly 8 times. Yes. So here I will increase SI. So now in SI value will be 0001. DI is increased by 1. So its value will be 4001. And next, what we are going to do, I want to repeat this. Now to repeat this, I have used a instruction loop instruction here. So what this loop instruction will do? Loop instruction is one type of jump instruction, and it will jump to the specified label. In this case, the label name I have used is repeat. Yes. So what loop instruction does? Loop is a complex instruction. Actually, it performs two operations. The first thing it is going to do, the loop instruction, is by default, it will decrease the content of CX by 1. So it will DEC CX and jump on no 0 to the label name. In this case, the label name I have used is repeat. So loop instruction actually execute two instruction. It will by default decrease the content of CX register. So I have used CX as a counter. Initially the count value was 8. I have completed one subtraction. So I will decrease CX by 1. Now my CX value is 7 and it will check for 0 flag. Is the content of the CX is 0? If 0, it will come out of the loop. If not, it will go to the label name specified, or it will jump back to the label name specified in the instruction. So it is going to perform two instruction, decrease CX and jump if no 0 to the label name. Repeat. Now it will go to next value, move AL comma num1 SI. Now SI is 0001. So it is pointing to 20,001. It will fetch the data 76. Subtract it with borrow from num to DI. DI is 4001. Yes. And it will again store the result in num to DI, which is 24,001. Increase SI. Now SI will be increased to 0002. Increased DI, which will be increased to 4002. Then again loop, repeat. So loop will automatically decrease your CX. So CX is 7 will get decreased to 6 and it will continue as long as the content of CX becomes 0. Whenever the content of CX is 0, now 0 flag will be set. 0 flag will be high and jump on no 0 will not be anymore satisfied and the program will come out of the loop. Hope you like this video. This example is clear to all of you. This is a very simple example to explain the subtraction or subtract with borrow concept. Thank you for watching my video.